Steve, what's going on?
Well, the Supreme Court has agreed, after having this case on the list since last fall, that it will take up the government's appeal over the DACA case. This is the so-called Dreamers case. This is for young people who were brought to the United States by their parents and have been allowed to stay in the country, an Obama administration program. Remember that President Trump tried to shut it down, and that effort has been blocked by the lower courts, and that's what the Trump administration has appealed. And today, the Supreme Court said it will take up those appeals. That means that it's not going to hear this case until the fall, and then whatever it rules on DACA will undoubtedly be part of the presidential election campaign. Now, as a practical matter, this means that the DACA program can continue at least for several more months, probably through the end of the year. I can't imagine the Supreme Court will decide this case much before early 2020. Now, there are just a couple of other things to tell you about here. The court also said it will hear a question about aid to religious schools. This has been a very big deal. This is a case that comes from Montana, a state program that was set up, gives you a tax credit if you contribute to a scholarship fund, and the money could be used for parents who want to send their children to private schools. The state said, but you can't use the money for religious schools because of the state constitution. The Supreme Court will hear that appeal. And one other thing here, the Supreme Court has turned down an appeal in an abortion case. This one was from Alabama. It would have basically banned one of the most commonly used procedures after the 15 weeks of pregnancy in the second trimester. This was passed before the current wave of harsh anti-abortion measures. It was passed 2016, I think. And the Supreme Court said it will not hear that case. That leaves in place lower court orders that ban that law. So three big developments here, Stephanie.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.